Here's your weather video for this Sunday. It is the 12th of March, 2023. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray. And do you remember where you were on this date 30 years ago? If you were in central Alabama and you're old enough, or you were old enough then to remember what was going on, it was quite a day. 13 inches of snow fell at Birmingham overnight on that Friday night, the 11th. And then it's just a terrible situation with 50-mile-an-hour winds whipping these snowfall into snowdrifts 6 and 7 feet tall. Temperatures falling below zero on Saturday night. Widespread power outages. Just not a fun event for most people. A few lucky people kept their power, and those folks had a good time sledding and playing in the snow. For everyone else, it was a life-threatening situation, and one that we will remember for a very, very long time. That storm affected a wide area up the East Coast. Interestingly, it produced 15 tornadoes in Florida. They had multiple fatalities from the tornadoes that Friday night, and it also produced a storm surge like a hurricane would in the Florida Big Bend area. So absolutely a terrible, terrible day. Look at the video. Look at the radar here, approaching 625 on this Sunday morning, showing a good bit of moderate heavy rain moving through much of central Alabama. As you see to the west, there has been some severe weather, and we worried about that overnight. Showers and thunderstorms that were over parts of Arkansas. Pushed into central Mississippi. You see, a severe thunderstorm watch was in effect until 7 a.m., but the Weather Service in Jackson, Mississippi, did cancel that early as the storms went below severe limits. You saw severe thunderstorm warnings tracking along with the storms, but as they approached the Meridian, Mississippi area, they weakened, and those severe thunderstorm warnings were allowed to expire or were canceled early and are no longer in effect. We do have some significant weather advisories down in west central Alabama, as we'll look at in just a minute. Right now, temperatures in the I-20 corridor and points south are in the 60s across Alabama. The rest of North Alabama is in the 50s, some 40s back in Tennessee in the colder air, and that's what we're going to deal with as we go through time. Here's a live look at the National Weather Service radar from Birmingham, showing the rainfall very heavy now in the I-459 corridor, there from the Trussville area back through Liberty Park to US 280, I-65 back into the Hoover area, but you can see it's pushing steadily to the southeast. Moderate rain covers a good bit of the northeastern quarter of Alabama right now. Some moderate rain back over west central Alabama. Heavy rain now approaching Lincoln and Pell City in the I-20 corridor. You can see this leading edge band of showers and thunderstorms that has developed there from the Carrollton area back to Alex City to near Prattville. Some stronger showers and thunderstorms there back in Marengo County. Those are pushing into Dallas County now near Selma. And so all in all, not much lightning and thunder, just enough to remind you that these storms are there. Hopefully you're snoozing away your watches and your mobiles have moved forward. You'll have to move forward any manual clocks after you get up this morning. But all in all, right now, nothing severe. This activity generally in the I-20, I-59 corridor is the strongest. You can see some of those probability of severe algorithm products are up in the 20% range. We'll watch and see how this could evolve into more of a severe weather threat as we go through today. Here's the SPC severe weather outlook to start things off. Behind the line, you're in the clear. Even places like Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Gadsden now, it's over for you. Areas to the south will be watching for the potential. There's a small marginal risk area. That's the SPC's level 1 out of 5 for areas south of Birmingham. You get south of the US 80 corridor, you move into the slight risk region. Places like Montgomery, Greenville, Troy, Auburn, Dothan, Mobile have a risk of severe weather today. They'll see increasing instability as we go into the late morning and early afternoon hours. Good bit of shear. We'll be watching for the possibility of damaging winds, maybe some hail, and even the possibility of a couple of tornadoes, particularly as this activity gets into the southern part of Alabama near the Florida-Alabama border. Let's go to the HRRR to kind of put some perspective on this, put it in motion. showing the showers and thunderstorms pushing to the southeast steadily through the morning hours, ending up in South Alabama by this afternoon. Some of those could become severe. Some of those could produce even tornadoes. We'll be watching that carefully as we go through time. But you can see the rain ends for North Alabama and nothing coming on the backside. The upper pattern across North America shows big upper low there in North Dakota. That system's going to be quite consequential over the next couple of days, already producing rain and storms for us. It will drop to the southeast to the mid-Atlantic and become quite a heavy snow producer for places like Boston, Buffalo, New York. We'll be watching their snowfall totals grow. And meanwhile, activity continues to plague California. I say plague. They would really love to have the rainfall and the moisture. We could just get it all sort of spread out over time. It's all fallen in about a 2.5 month period here, but I'm sure they're grateful for all the moisture there. As we go through time, that bowling ball low drops into the mid-Atlantic. As you see, this is by Tuesday. It's become quite the storm there. Centered in the Washington, D.C. area. Ridging building behind it. It's going to give us improving weather for midweek, early week to midweek, with the exception of some freezing conditions Tuesday and Wednesday morning. We're going to talk about that in a second. Our next storm system begins to get organized by late in the week, and it moves our way, bringing rain to us again late Thursday and Friday. Another bowling ball low dropping down toward the Atlantic coast region, probably producing more snow for them. We'll watch for that. And then as we go through time into week 2, low pressure covers a good bit of the United States. That means it's going to continue to be unsettled. It is March. It's roared in like a lion. Hopefully it will roll out at the end of the month like a lamb. GFS, our model fans, here's the GFS, using the 0Z run so we can see out well into week 2. Showing early on this Sunday morning, the showers and thunderstorms pushing to the southeast. They'll be clear of here by this afternoon, moving out of coastal sections tonight. It's going to see, what we're going to see today is still just cloudy, some clearing toward the later part of the day. Certainly clearing skies tonight. It'll become breezy, though, overnight tonight, gusting to about 25 miles an hour. Those gusty northwest winds will continue with us tomorrow. Low temperatures tonight dropping into the upper 30s to lower 40s. Monday, we struggle to get out of the 50s. We're probably stuck there, mired there all day tomorrow. But at least it will be sunny. You'll notice that northwesterly breeze. It'll cause you to pull that jacket a little tighter. Now, we get into Monday night. We're going to be worrying about a freeze. Temperatures 20s North Alabama, lower 30s in central portions of the state. Fairly widespread frost and freezing conditions across the area. So be ready for a damaging freeze Monday night, tomorrow night, and then again on Tuesday night. So, Tuesday promising to be a frosty start, otherwise sunny, a little breezy at times, high temperatures in the 50s again. We get into Wednesday, we'll return to the 60s, but we're going to be probably our coldest morning out of this cycle. Wednesday morning, temperatures middle and upper 20s in North Alabama, upper 20s to low 30s over central portions of the state. We'll be watching for any advisories the Weather Service may put out. I think they probably would put out some frost and freeze advisories. We'll see as we go through time. But the warm-up begins on Wednesday. We're in the 60s by afternoon. As we go toward Thursday, beautiful day for the NCAA first round. Of course, we're all going to be indoors at the Legacy Arena enjoying my favorite day in sports, 4 games of basketball in one location. You can't beat it. But outside the Legacy Arena, temperatures will be in the 70s. Beautiful day for many fans who are visiting Birmingham. We'll be welcoming them. But our next system is beginning to get organized. Here's 7 p.m. Thursday night. Low pressure into Iowa. You see snow developing on the backside of the system. Showers and thunderstorms breaking out from Missouri back through Arkansas into northeastern Texas. This activity pushing toward Alabama Thursday night, arriving in here and kind of pushing slowly through the area on Friday. After the 70s on Thursday, will be generally in the 60s on Friday, so not bad, but a rainy day with possibly a few claps of thunder here and there. Some southwesterly winds gusting to about 30 miles an hour. But that rain will move on out Friday night. You can see we've gotten it out of here by Saturday morning. Some snows for the mountains of West Virginia, back into southwestern Virginia, northeastern Tennessee. Here in Alabama, we're just clearing and colder on Saturday for the second round games. High temperatures in the 50s after morning lows in the middle and upper 30s. Now, going out into the week 2 period, we call it voodoo territory. You see, Sunday is dry and cool. Beginning to gradually warm up as we return toward Monday that following week, slowly stair-stepping that climb of temperatures upward. We're in the 60s on Monday and Tuesday. Next storm system gets organized. You remember on that the upper depiction, we're seeing a bit of a negative tilt to that trough. Potentially some strong to severe thunderstorms here. I haven't really looked at that close enough to see if there's enough instability, but we're talking 10 days out, folks. But just be aware that week 2 period, we're going to get unsettled, certainly with all that low pressure around. At least one system on Wednesday, probably another system developing pretty quickly on that Saturday. And as we move into Sunday and Monday, the 27th, the 28th, Tuesday, more rain for Alabama. Taking a look at the temperatures off the national blend of models, showing what you can expect over the next 10 days or so. 69 today, back into the 50s Monday and Tuesday. We climb into the 60s on Wednesday, 70 on Thursday, beautiful day. Friday, 60s, then falling back down the roller coaster again, but gradually beginning to climb. Call your attention to these two freezes, Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. Watch for the 19th and 20th. I think those are going to be a potential freeze situation again for parts of North Alabama. Still way too early to plant. Weather Brains is the weekly netcast. It's all about weather. We've got a great show tomorrow night. The director of the movie, Supercell. New movie be hitting theaters shortly. I guess it's theaters, and we'll ask the director tomorrow night who will be with us. He directed that film, which stars Alec Baldwin and Anne Heche, and takes a look at the legacy of Storm Chasers. Fun show. Get ready for that. We've all had our popcorn, watched our movies. We'll be through the Oscars tonight, and tomorrow night we'll talk about Supercell, the movie. Well, that's your weather video for this Sunday. It's the 12th. Stay with me all day today. I'll have frequent updates on the blog on the progress of the line of thunderstorms as it pushes to the south, looking at any severe weather threat for central or south Alabama. We'll keep a close eye on that. James will be back with 2 days tomorrow. Scott will see you next Saturday. And until I get to see you next Sunday, as I always tell you, keep an eye to the sky because you'll always have something fun to look at.